Oh my gosh. Well, first off, congratulations on this incredibly powerful film. And a special thanks to you, Pam, for sharing your story. And like John is for you, a constant reminder that it only takes one person to change someone's life. Your story has and will continue doing that for so many. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Naomi and Pam, I would love to know how closely the two of you worked together to bring Pam alive on screen, because Naomi, your performance was so perfectly nuanced and grounded. And I'd love to know also how you found Pam's humor, which is so delightfully dry.
Well, yeah, I mean, the script came to me through Malgo, who I got to know on the Venice jury a few years prior, and loved her filmmaking, obviously. And I read the screenplay and I thought, wow, what a wonderful story. And I read the article. And then it was when I overheard this conversation that was a recorded conversation between the screenwriter, Josh, and Pam. And that's where the humor, which she uses as a mechanism to get through these horrific times, in crisis with John, but also, some points in her life that have been incredibly painful, and not just humor, but she also uses nature. This is why she gets out there every single day without fail, to heal herself. And there is so much available in the quietening and of this powerful thing that is nature. It is the answers and healing are available for us. So it's a great reminder. So her story was full of drama and crisis, but also poetry at the same time. And that's what got me there. And Pam, spending time with her on the phone was just wonderful.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that you brought up the power of nature. That's a huge theme in this film. Pam, I would love to know how your relationship with nature has grown and changed since that day saving John on the mountain.
It's basically grown, if anything. I've stayed the same. I've stayed true to myself and protecting nature. That's why I am a backcountry volunteer in national parks all over for the last 6 years. So I'm, if anything, growing more aware and tuned in a little bit more. As we get older, we need, this comfort zone. The mountains still talk to me very much. I will have a spiritual energy that comes from people around that either, took their own lives or ended accidentally in the mountains. And I've heard them out here where I'm volunteering right now. I know I'm alone, but I'll hear a waist belt click or a pole click. So I said, somebody's with me today. And I'm going, yeah, come on, let's go. This is where I'm going. So it is encompassing. It's a hug to me. It's a mountain hug. So I embrace it. And I don't always go out seeking it, because often it's found me too. So it's a symbiotic relationship that is just wonderful for people to keep in mind, as Naomi said. It's a soother.
Oh, absolutely. That's beautiful. I love the line in the film when Pam says that the mountains always listen, but they don't talk back. And I think that's a beautiful metaphor for, what nature gives us and, how it fills our souls. Naomi and Malgorzata, how has nature been there for you in your lives when you needed it the most?
Yeah, for me, very much. Maybe also that's why I really wanted to make that film, because I love nature, and nature is really healing me in my difficult moments. I also passed grief in my life, and then it was much easier when I was surrounded by nature, by silence, by meditation of nature, and especially places like mountain or ocean. That's the places where you really can feel that you are grounded, and where it's easier to pass the grief, and where everything seems to be more deeper, I would say. So that's why I love that story. Because this story, it's a spiritual story, There is a metaphysic, but not in a pretentious way, but very, very natural way. So this film, even it's, I would say, very American one, it has this European spirit, I would say so. So
I get that.
yeah, so that's why it's very close to me, close to my heart. And, you know, Naomi, it was like to me first choice and very natural choice for Pam, because she's so organic actress. She's so natural and physical in a way actress. And I think this part is very demanding physically. And also not every actor has a contact with their own body. I think it's not everyone. Like, I'm sure Pam, she's a person who has a contact with her own body. And I think Naomi is also that kind of actress who can express herself also through her physicality, which is so connected with her soul. So yes, I would say yes, nature is like the most important.
It's all connected.
All connected, exactly.
It's all connected. The infinite storm of beauty. I thought it was I want to talk a little bit about the choice. Speaking of being grounded, I thought it was so brilliant, such a brilliant choice that after the 24 hours of hell that Pam endured, she doesn't go to the hospital. You don't cut to 5 days later. She comes home, she strips her clothes off. She kind of nestles with the fridge, chugs a beer and eats a pizza. I have to tell you though, that those are the moments. And I think that this film is filled with so many human grounded moments. Why was it important to include those moments when telling the story?
Well, I think for the mundanity is you know, the simple things can be so powerful. And as you said, yeah, we didn't actually even have the plan to drink the beer. But it happened. In fact, when you drink the beer on a set, normally it's replaced with not real beer and something that tastes disgusting. This was real beer that was just a prop, and I just grabbed it.
Here we go.
and chugged it. And, you know, because I can imagine what would have been racing through her mind at various points on the mountain. You know, I'm sure she considered darker moments where it would all be over. Maybe she dreamed of her next meal. Maybe she dreamed of, you know, who knows? The mind, I imagine, even with the discipline and training that Pam has, may have wandered. And so you know, we got back into the house, and the wonderful way that Malgo and Misha, the filmmakers, shoot is such that, you know, it's planned, but we're also free at the same time. And so, you know, we got in front of the fridge and took the pizza, and then I just, scooped it up and laughed my ass off.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. It really, I mean, I think that's what this film for me was so surprising and refreshing, was those human moments. Pam, I think that's a testament to, you know, your character and your story, but also the collaboration between all of you. It was just, there was this organic energy throughout the film that just humanized it. And, you know, you're seeing this very, you know, Pam is in this very extreme situation. She's surviving. She's fighting for her life and the life of this other person who, frankly, doesn't necessarily want to be saved at that time. And that's where a little bit of the humor comes in. Pam is like, doesn't give up on him. And, you know, she's a dog person. Love that moment. And then to see, you know, the human factor coming home and just having that moment, I thought that was just it was so brilliant. Oh my goodness. I love to ask this question because I think as storytellers, we all go through, or, you know, the process of making a film or being part of a film, a creative process changes us a little bit each time. I would love to know what this whole process taught you most about yourselves.
Oh.
Like
It's a surprising question. No, I must say that I mean the it was a real experience, right? Because the film is not a huge budget film. We've been really limited. We spent the time during in the middle of the COVID, right? So it was lockdown. We've been kind of locked in the little hotel in Ljubljana, traveling each day very early in the morning to the very high mountains, facing these mountains, facing the coldness, lack of sleep, a lot of walking, a lot of physical challenge, like Pam does in her real life, maybe a little bit less, but okay. And I think it brings us all together really close to each other, and we didn't have any borders between us, like Naomi, she's based in US and I'm Eastern European, nothing like that. All of a sudden we've been like one family. So to me it was an experience of also of a real friendship, and how much we've been fighting together to make this film as best as possible in these difficult circumstances, I would say. So it shows how much art can unite the people together and give us power to fight for something. And doesn't matter if you are a big star like Naomi, or if you are a filmmaker from Eastern Europe. We've been just fighting to make this film, this story, the best we could at this moment. So it shows that we are not give up, and we are brave, like Pam on the screen and like real Pam in life. So yes, it's a good lesson, I would say.
Absolutely. That was lovely. Thank you for sharing that. What about you, Naomi?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say it better than Malgo. It's about bringing a community together in the name of healing one another or ourselves, and Pam's story should connect. I mean, the way it drew me in, it made me think. I'm fairly certain people are going to have the same response, to see that level of compassion and courage and resilience and resourcefulness up there. And yes, to speak to what Malgo said about the power of art, there is no time like today to, remind us that art is healing and it matters. And a lot of the time I think of my job as, isn't it weird? I wear somebody else's clothes and speak in other people's voices. What is this job I do? But, but there are moments where I feel like it's meaningful. And if it can affect people and help them rethink certain things in their lives, and, certainly to Pam's, what she has said, to bring awareness to mental health issues and suicide prevention, then, if it can just have an effect on one person, that's enough. I feel like my job is worth doing.
Absolutely. Storytelling should create empathy, and it should educate. And Pam, that's what you did on that mountain. And that's what this story continues to do. And I feel so blessed and grateful to be able to watch a film like this. And I'm so excited for the rest of the world to see it and to learn from it, and to maybe create a little more compassion in this world, which is always needed, especially now. So thank you.